The EV war is heating up. There's so many good cars. If you're going to compare them apples to apples, well, why not start with apples to horse apples, which is what Motor Trend has done with a fantastic video, an article comparing the Tesla Model Y with the Mustang Mach-E. Let's find out how they stack up. I'm Brian. Welcome to Futuraza. So guys, I am coming to you live, not just from somewhere remote and distant, but from the future. I'm on the other side of the international date line, and I will be taking your questions, but remember, we're restricted about what we can say about the future. Let me just say it's muggy. Future's muggy.
It's muggy in the future.
One day in the future is muggy. That's all I can tell you for now. So this article is a real gem. In that you can have fossilized turds. 2026 Model Y versus the Ford Mustang Mach-E. They're going to vie for supremacy. The longest running bestsellers in their class. That's true. The Mach-E has sold a lot of units. And I don't dislike the Mach-E. I've driven it. It's fine. It's a good car. It misses on some things that I think are important. But let me just ask you, how much cheaper would a Mach-E have to be for you to buy it over a Model Y?
You're asking moi?
Yes, sir.
Not just everybody, not just the crowd.
Correct.
You're actually
The crowd too, but I want to hear your answer. Is there a price at which you would buy another car that does not have FSD?
Yeah, well, first of all, no matter what I would do, it would never fly with my wife. So therefore, if we count her in the mix, which I have to do. But no, I think now that I am used to using FSD and use it 99% of the time, no, I'm not going back. But even if you took that out of the loop, Brian, I have no interest in buying any other car. And if I was needed to buy a newer version or whatever, I wouldn't even look at any other car.
The midsize electric SUV segment is a relatively new one, but the Tesla Model Y and Mach-E have been in it since the jump and continue to be its best sellers despite an onslaught of fresh competition. Yes, all true so far. The 2026 Model Y boasts its first significant refresh, the Juniper, host of improvements, while the 2025 Ford Mustang Mach-E continues on its evolutionary path, which is to say they haven't refreshed it.
Yeah, right.
Right there, I'm a little concerned that this author is going to bend over backwards to find reasons to like it.
So Brian, before we get too far into this, let me just pop one idea out. Has Ford got over the air update yet?
I don't believe so.
So that's it.
No, for
there you
sure.
Go. Another out the window. That's it.
And I would argue that there have been probably fewer over-the-air updates from all manufacturers outside of Tesla combined as Tesla has issued in their busier years.
Or even yesterday.
Sometimes. It depends on the day. You can tell right away by looking at them that Tesla's had the more obvious exterior work done. Well, yes, any. Unfortunately, the styling updates to the Model Y are, quite frankly, a step backward, in our opinion. Okay, we can forgive the Cybertruck light bar up to an extent, but the rear end is simply terrible. Multiple judges, likened it to something you'd see from some knockoff Chinese car company no one's ever heard of before. It's the opposite inside, where Tesla has clearly put in the work. The interior now feels richer and far more befitting the car's price. We like the cloth trim and genuine two-tone color scheme punctuated by ambient lighting. Okay, Tesla giveth, but it also taketh away. The Model Y shifter stock is no longer, it's been replaced by a digital slider on the upper left of the screen.
Oh, no.
Okay. By the way, Sexy Buttons, the company that makes the add-on buttons, also makes an add-on blinker, a shifter. If you want it back,
really?
You can have it back. Yeah, you can have it back. It's fine. That's fine. They don't care. Just add it on. But I wouldn't use it. I use automatic shifting, and it does give kudos to that. It says there's also, it's got the digital slider, the backup Prindle up above, and augmented by software designed to anticipate, usually correctly, the direction of travel. So you're really going to market it? Okay. At least they left the turn signal stock for the Model Y, a welcome retreat from the updated Model 3 and S and X. Everything else is done through its one and only screen. So what's new with the Mach-E? I'm just going to tell you, nothing.
Nothing.
There are little improvements that happened. They got rid of the dial shifter on the center console. Okay, not big changes. Now, we can go through this all day because it's ridiculous. The Model Y's most significant upgrade is hiding behind its wheels, new shocks, with the caveat being just how low a bar that is. The Model Y never rode well, but that doesn't completely diminish what's been achieved here. The new one rides acceptably well.
Not exceptionally, acceptably.
Acceptably. Are you telling me the Ford drives nicer? Fine. I would disagree, having driven both. Though it still crashes over larger bumps. Tesla's also made significant strides quieting the cabin noise. The tires get chatty on bad pavement, but as a whole, it's noticeably quieter inside than the Ford. That's just a car. That's just, you described a car. I mean, rough pavement is noisier. I mean, yeah. The Mach-E has always rode well, and that hasn't changed. It's a bit stiffer than the Tesla, so that's good. But that pays off in the handling, because if there's one thing I need every day on my commute, it's handling.
Yes.
Making the Ford far more pleasant on a long jaunt than the Tesla, said someone who clearly didn't use self-driving. Each one offers one-pedal driving, great, but both slow the car aggressively, requiring careful control of the accelerator pedal. Was this written by a human? And for this reason, we appreciate the ability to adjust the regenerative braking level on the Tesla that can help it further smooth out the experience. Do they still have that?
I don't
Does
know.
my car have that setting?
Since you use FSD all the time, it's not even an issue.
If it does have it, I'm cool. So why don't we get to... There's only two things left in this article, and of course we'll cover both of them. One is the specs, and the other is the winner. Who do you imagine is the winner? I mean, look at this beaut here. This is...
Yeah, I mean, the way that they were setting it up, like you said, it sounded like they were making excuses for the Mach-E. So I'm going to say that, it sounded like they were going to go with the Mach-E.
Well, and then here's the Model Y. That's very different. Also, I don't like the tall, skinny screen on the Mach-E. I think that makes it not very useful. I don't want a tall, skinny map. That's not what the world looks like to me. We are land creatures. Our field of view may be 180 degrees in all forward-facing directions, but we really see a horizontal bar because we're a horizontal species. That's where all of our stuff is in the world. Our movies are horizontal. Okay, fine. So much cleaner. So let's see if we can find it here, because this is a long one. Oh, a difference in charging. In the past, Motor Trend comparisons have been decided on the EV charging experience. Tesla used to hold an enormous advantage thanks to its homegrown supercharging network, but it has ceded that leverage by opening up the network to competing automakers whose cars sometimes work at some locations at a higher price. If the two cars were absolutely identical, the fact that you can use superchargers without paying a premium is worth something, right? Yes, the Mach-E requires an adapter, and it's expensive at $200, but it completely eliminates the hassles of public charging by, using Tesla superchargers. The Model Y, let's see. Ford's battery tech caps fast charging at 150 kilowatts versus Tesla's at 250, and it shows up big time in our testing. Model Y added 36 miles of range every 15 minutes. What?
What?
No. Oh, an additional 36 miles over what the Mach-E does.
oh, more than,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, never mind. Boy, for as long as this article is, you could have read it twice before you hit publish. Once you're finally charged up and out on the road, you won't get any farther in the Tesla, although its EPA rating is 11 miles greater on our road trip range, driving at a constant 70. Both cars go the exact same distance from 100 down to 5%, 252. The Model Y will get in and out of the charger quicker, but it won't get you to your destination that much sooner. Yes, it will. Difference in performance, okay. We'll get to that in the specs. Boy, they just really wanted to go on and on, but there can only be one. Thanks to years of continuous improvement, some small and some large, the Model Y and Mach-E continue to be class leaders. As a result of those refinements, they're more closely matched than ever. Historically, the Tesla has been the car to beat in this division, but giving up its charging advantage and betting on unfinished driver assistance software have just left it vulnerable. Every judge had the same question coming in. Is the Juniper enough to keep the Model Y on top? The answer is no. Ford's systematic enhancements coupled with Tesla's missteps have made the Mach-E the better all-around mid-size electric SUV.
Better mid. Oh my goodness! Do they talk about
Yes,
safety?
sir.
Do they ever bring up safety in the article? Since
So
Tesla,
here's the
yeah,
well, the Mach-E is safer than any gas car.
okay, but
I would be very surprised if it, but so second place, Model Y Pros, good interior, charges faster, big front. Cons, ride quality still needs work. FSD is untrustworthy, and it looks worse than before. So I'm glad you inserted your opinion on the looks and your ignorance on FSD.
yeah, no kidding.
And here's first place, Pros, fun to drive. Blue Cruise delivers. So what they said about that, we skipped over it, but on the tech front, they said Blue Cruise is better than FSD. Would you like to know why?
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Wow,
Yeah,
that's impressive.
because Blue Cruise says, I'll do this much, and they actually do that much. Where Tesla says they'll do this much and only delivers 50 times the performance of Blue Cruise.
Right.
How dare they? So that's ridiculous. And it's a better value. Cons, charges slower, small frunk, louder inside. Weren't you just okay? So here's the specs. The first one I'd like you to notice is it's now this is saying priced as tested. The Mach-E was 58,000, but the Model Y long range was 63,630. How do you get a $63,000 Model Y?
I don't know.
I think they are saying that they paid for FSD, rather than rented it.
Oh,
Most people rent it, guys. Most people rent it. Vehicle layout, very similar. Horsepower, Tesla wins. Torque, I guess the Mach-E wins. Let's see. Battery, Ford has a bigger battery, 10% bigger battery, and gets the same range, meaning the efficiency is much lower. Gear ratio, suspension, steering ratio, great. Brakes, great. Wheels. Dimensions. So the Mustang on the left. Wheelbase. Mustang has a longer wheelbase, shorter overall length, less ground clearance, comparable on a lot. It weighs 300 pounds more than the Tesla.
wow.
It delivers less power to weight, a poorer power to weight ratio. And if you look at all the measurements for like legroom and headroom, the Tesla's roomier inside in almost every category. The cargo space, 59 cubic feet on the Ford, 71 cubic feet on the Tesla.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a lot.
Almost, yeah, that's 15% more. Yeah. Almost 20% more. Payload capacity, 20% more. Towing on the Mach-E, not recommended.
Ooh.
On the 0 to whatever, the Mustang wins up to 30 miles an hour, and after that, the Tesla pulls away. Much faster car. Braking, identical. Lateral acceleration, how many G's you can pull on the skid pad, slightly higher on the Tesla. So on all these specs, the Tesla won, but overall, it's a loser.
They left out so much. It's unbelievable what they don't talk about. Now, maybe it's because it's an old timey car company that, what likes to think in terms of what was happening in the 60s or something. But what about all of the stuff that's available in the entertainment center? What about, I mean, does the Mach-E have a fire where you can sit with your date on a cold night and turn the fire on? I mean, I don't think, does it have a fart machine? I don't think so. Can it do the farts outside as well as inside the car? I mean, these are very,
These are
very
vital,
features. Right.
vital,
Tes-
vital.
Tesla just got re-announced again as being the least stolen vehicle. It always wins on the safest vehicle. I mean, and I was joking about some of those things that the Tesla can do, but there's a raft of them that do matter. Does it have a dog mode? Does it have a camping mode? Um, uh, I mean, these are important things.
Well, if they introduce that, don't worry, it'll be included with next year's model, not yours, not the one you already have. I just did a search of the article, and you saw how long it was. The word safety does not appear.
Ever.
No, I mean maybe, yeah.
Funny.
Safely
Safely.
appears. Accelerating and braking naturally, changing lanes assertively but safely, and reacting to other vehicles. But that's Blue Cruise they're talking about.
Yes, of course.
And I would like to have that experience. Jim Farley, I know you're watching. Invite me out sometime to get a guided tour from your experts so I can actually see the benefits. Because I'll tell you, the people I know who have the Ford do not use those features. So
Does
I don't know if
do we
it's.
know if do we know if the Mustang has and any of these other vehicles, do they have Sentry mode? Are they able to have videos where they're able to find out if somebody hurt their car, tried to break in, etc.? Do they have?
I am not aware of a second brand that has Sentry or Dashcam modes native.
I've used this for an actual situation where somebody hit my car and left.
Yes, and you also used it when the valet rubbed up against the pillar. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You valeted your car, and the guy
Oh
got
no, well,
yellow paint on it.
it turned out it wasn't the valet in that case. Maybe you didn't see the
Oh,
follow up. We
oh, I didn't.
when we finally went in and looked at all the videos, we finally figured out that it had happened as a result of someone in the parking
Oh,
having hit it. So yeah, we were
oh, that's what it was. Okay, so there you go. Interesting stuff. I get it. I get it. An article is more fun when it's a horse race, but sometimes it isn't. Sometimes it's not a horse race. I've got a lot of heart, Randy. When I was in high school, I was a very good runner. But if you're going to put me up against Usain Bolt, it's okay to say I got humiliated. Even if I trained for 3 years straight, it's okay to say that I got humiliated. This car and the pricing is nonsense. The Tesla is the cheaper car. The fact that they didn't bring up safety at all, one of Tesla's strong suits. The fact that they didn't bring up all these different things it can do, some of which can save you money. And a big thing is the new Model Y and Model 3 and Cybertruck, and maybe the SNX, it might be all cars now, have laminated glass all the way around. So you remember there used to be a rash of smash and grab thefts out of Teslas.
right.
Those are gone. Those are a thing of the past because the newer cars all have the laminated glass. You cannot just pop it, grab, and run. So apologies to every other brand of car owner, but Tesla's exited the chat on that silly game. Anything I'm missing there, Randy? Anything about this article
And
you'd
I
like to
mean,
point out?
I think I could probably go on and on because that's my nature. But those were the biggest ones that occurred to me as you were going through the thing, and it's amazing to me that people think that advertising has nothing to do with that kind of an article, because it wouldn't take very much additional, let's call it reporting, which you know a lot about, on the ground reporting. It wouldn't take an awful lot of on the ground reporting to go pull in not somebody who's part of the Tesla team, not somebody who's paid by Tesla, but you or me, and help them see some of the
Well,
things.
they had judges, but I don't know. Maybe they were, I don't know. Maybe one of them was the East Berlin judge and she just doesn't go above 4.6. Guys, in the comments, what did we miss? What did we misunderstand? Leave it. I beg of you. And hey, you know what? Subscribe. I'm on a big adventure right now, and your subscription is how I'm able to show that I'm worthy of the big interviews, the big exclusives, and all that. And I've got some of those coming up. And if you can support on Patreon or X or YouTube as a paid member, you do get bonus content. But it's really just to make it possible for me to come to places like this wherever I am. Who knows? I may have already said by now, but if not, it's interesting. Guys, what did we miss? Yeah, leave it. Smack thumbs. You know what you're doing. Your neighbors, it doesn't matter. Definitely legal advice, but only from Randy and not me. Without his permission, yeah. And everybody else, stay tuned, stay juicy. I can't wait to hear from you clever robots on the next one.